What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Sharper channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Links, Lights, and Locks in the MLB streets. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods, my friends. The premium Discord was lit because Josh Naylor decided to go yah-yah. But guess what? We've been doing a cool thing here at Odd Chopper. If you follow us over at Odd Chopper over on X, you probably already know, but we do Dinger Tuesdays now, which just started today, and wouldn't you know it, I'm the guy who ended up having the home run come through. Josh Naylor plus 500 over on FanDuel, closed at plus 470, but plenty of people able to get into that on the premium Discord. We smashed. That felt good. Again, one of the things is that I do these videos here, but I don't always get to give you my premium card where I get to have a lot more information the next morning. So if you guys want to try it out, once you have, look, dollar, Dinger Tuesday, producer Jacob, fire up the graphic. Dinger Tuesday, friends, $1. Yes, $1. If you go to the link below and sign up for Odd Chopper right now and use promo code DINGER, D-I-N-G-E-R, right there on your screen, you get Odd Chopper for $1. It is really as simple as that. Wanted to throw that in here from the get-go. And with that, let's get to the picks. Our day begins very quickly here. Miles Mikolas and Kenta Maeda. I'm going to try to speed it up for you guys a little bit here today, that's for sure. I think that's going to be the trend going forward, but want to give you the best information possible. But I know a lot of you are time constrained and you want to be able to get the information, so here you go. Kenta Maeda, though, Miles Mikolas. Interesting one because Mikolas, I think, is absolutely no good. 525 expected slugging, 316 expected batting average. One of the worst contracts in all of baseball. And that being said, Kenta Maeda isn't my favorite back here. 32.4% hard hit percentage is serviceable. 9.5% barrel percentage kind of goes against what I'm saying there, but a 17% K rate, that's worrisome to a certain extent. But at the same time, St. Louis's lineup has just been absolutely abysmal so far. And against righties specifically, 23.5% K rate, 88 WRC plus. That is in the bottom third of baseball. Not what you want when you have Goldschmidt, Arenado. So I think our morning starts with a play. Detroit money line. Yeah, basically a pick 'em here in just about any variety. I'd bet it up to minus 122, minus 123 range. Again, we got to be very specific when we're talking about these money lines because small edges over a long sample size, that's what we're going for. Another play for you here, Zach Eflin going up against Colin Rea, and Colin Rea is terrible, absolutely no good whatsoever. Over the course of this season, we're seeing Colin Rea around a 522 expected slugging, 15% K rate, 11% barrel percentage. You go back to last season, 4.42 expected ERA. That was a lot better than the 6.14, but a lot of the pitch metrics look the same. And he had a 4.55 ERA to end it out. So this 3.25 ERA he has right now is an absolute mirage. I expect damage coming very soon. And I think because that ERA is so good, or whatever you want to say, Zach Eflin, along with Colin Rea here, I think these are two pitchers due for negative regression. You get Eflin going up against Milwaukee, which, as much as I want to bag on them, they are still third in baseball against righties, 121 WRC plus over the course of any long sample size. We're going to see that come down from third. They're not going to be the third best offense in baseball, but so far, so good. Lots of improved pieces. I think you want to be firing it up here, friends. What are we going to do? Oh, yeah, we're going to be betting Mr. Why did this change here? We're going to be taking the over here. That's what I wanted to be doing the entire time. We're not taking either pitcher. Are you kidding me? Over 8, key number, easy one, half unit. Continuing on our merry way. My Twins and Bailey Ober, you should know by now if you've been listening to our programs. As much as I want to cheer for Bailey Ober, yay, go get him. I'm not sold on what he's been doing to this point of the season. He has a 15.7% barrel percentage. Now, everything else looks decent. 24.5% K rate, 224 expected batting average, but he's a 6'9" dude who throws softballs. And by that, 92 topping off on the gun. High fly ball rate too, 24.4 degree average launch angle, 32.9% fly ball rate, just a sub 30% ground ball rate. That is going to be worrisome. And then, Chris Flexen, he stays flexing in his candy paint, rolling dang, sip and drank on an 80-fold swang, but I can't be betting this game, friends. I'll go Minnesota minus 1.5 because it's minus 120, and the White Sox, at this point, hey, maybe Bailey Ober is that dude, and I'm just wrong about it, but more than likely I'm not, because I'm just an impartial fan, but I don't know. White Sox are terrible, don't get me wrong. Dead last in WRC plus against righties. That's the only reason this is even the lean. Next game. somebody who's made us a lot of money this entire season. He's generally been there on the card as a 2 bases guy, a 1.5. Give me the over of 1.5, call it a day. But Kansas City, Toronto, and we've got 2 pitchers that I don't think are very good. Seth Lugo, we're kind of getting to those 4th, 5th starters here at this point in the week. Seth Lugo, Chris Bassett. Bassett's been horrendous, but Seth Lugo hasn't been much better. 15.2% K rate, horrible. 469 expected slugging, actually slightly better than Chris Bassett, but still an awful number to be looking at. Everything from Seth Lugo is problemsome, and on the road against Toronto, not the easiest little spot when you have Turner, Schneider, Guerrero Jr. Again, there's going to be some Bobby... we're going to see George Springer, Bo Bichette, some of these other guys together, but was about to jump the gun. Bobby Witt, friends. He gets Chris Bassett on the other side. 380 xWOB with 302 expected batting average, 479 expected slugging. I'm going to upgrade this to home run land. Yeah, you heard me. Haven't been calling a lot of the Bobby Witt home runs. I don't think that's been on the card an entire time, but only 4 home runs to this point with a 911 OPS. The launch looks good. The hard hit looks good. Everything is phenomenal. He'll steal you a bag probably too. Don't parlay those 2 together. That'd be crazy. But Bobby Witt Jr., I'm going to take him and upgrade him. He going yard against Mr. Chris Bassett. Son of a Priester, man. Yeah, we got Quinn Priester and Ross Stripling in this one. I have absolutely no interest. A couple of games that I just have absolutely no interest on. This is one of them. 2 starting pitchers that are atrocious, 2 bullpens that I don't really trust outside of Pittsburgh. Again, just so weird to see that they have Aroldis Chapman in the pen. It just makes me laugh every time. As for Oakland, they have the best closer in baseball in Mason Miller. So the runs are going to be few and far between to come by, and I mean, they're just 2 awful pitchers. So you might as well just say, hey, give me value if you're looking at flipping coins and being close. So minus 102. Don't bet it, though. I would need plus money to back Oakland. This is just going to be a pass. We got so much better stuff coming up later. Such as the Braves taking on Seattle. And we got some props that dropped here in this one. Chris Sale, I thought, oh, he's in Seattle. I might have to back him here. Although, you go to some of the lefty numbers for Seattle, they haven't been striking out nearly as much against that side of the plate. 25.1% K rate, which is still high, don't get me wrong, but they've got nearly a 30% K rate against right-handed pitching over the course of this season. So wanted to throw that out there. As for Emerson Hancock, he's absolutely horrendous. We're not getting any value to try to go to his direction. 364 xWOBA, 479 expected slugging, nearly 10% barrel percentage. He doesn't walk many dudes. This is a really good pitcher's park, and that's why we're seeing the Braves aren't minus 210 like they would be, minus 225 if they were in Atlanta for this kind of a spot. But yeah, Emerson Hancock, we're definitely not going to back him. But I want to throw in a sneaky play. This is kind of a being sneaky, sir. I think Dylan Moore is actually pretty primed in this spot against any lefty. 29-degree average launch angle, almost a little too high to a certain extent, which I don't say very often about any batter, but 44.4% hard hit, 12.3% walk rate, ways that he gets himself on base. Now, the thing that freaks me out, the 29.2% K rate. It's not great when you have Chris Sale on the mound, who's right around 27% this season. Could potentially be higher. We know how good that curveball is. We know how he's just had good put out stuff every single time. But at 0.5 hits, runs, RBIs at nearly minus 125, yeah, I'm looking for anything that we can get from Dylan Moore. Now, there is pinch hit risk. We see that a lot with Seattle with some of these platoon guys. But Dylan Moore, at that kind of a number, I'm intrigued. CC, very intrigued, as Dan Le Batard's father would say. That's really it. We got Dinger Tuesday. I repeat, if you didn't see the beginning of this program, for $1, yes, $1, you can go to the link below, click on that, sign up at OddsShopper. There's a 24-hour window from the time that my guy, Josh Naylor, hit that home run. So we're talking, what, 8:10 Eastern time? Pacific, 8:10 p.m. Eastern time, 5:10 p.m. Pacific time. Sign up, get yourself Dinger Tuesday using promo code DINGER, promo code DINGER. Awesome stuff, friends. Yay for me, Josh Naylor. Sign up at the link below. Back to the picks we go. Here's a pretty quick one. We got Zach Wheeler on the mound, Patrick Sandoval as well. Now, Zach Wheeler's awesome. 248 xWOBA, but 296 expected slugging. Gets a Angels lineup that took forever to come out today. Made me want to bash my head against a wall. But a 24.9% K rate, just a 97 WRC plus against right-handed pitching. This is a spot Zach Wheeler should really succeed. I think Patrick Sandoval's a little bit sneaky here as well. Now, Philly, 116 WRC plus against lefties. That's not great, but a 23.5% K rate. And over the course of this season, Sandoval sub 36% hard hit. Think this is a spot where you can definitely find a little bit of value just by taking the under here. I thought about just a team total under in the Angels. It's going to be way too low based on some projected numbers that I have. So give me the under of the game. I hate that it's on a key number of 8, which is generally something you want for the overs, because 4-4, well, you're screwed. It is what it is. But that's such a small portion of what we're targeting here. I think I would play this to 7.5 for sure. And it's wild because Angel Stadium, Hitters Park, and good weather in Southern California. So under 8. I know it's wild, but I love it here. Going to be a like for me. Graham Ashcraft, Joe Musgrove here, Cincy in San Diego at Petco. And yeah, I don't have a whole hell of a lot that I want to be firing up here on this side of things. I think I'll just lean Cincinnati, mainly because you've got Joe Musgrove continuing to struggle. He's fastball only. Talked about him multiple times throughout the course of this season. Don't really have any new notes on him. We're waiting to see it. Can he start to recapture it? 414 xWOBA is horrendous. Now, 310 xWOBA for Graham Ashcraft, that's pretty decent, but just a 21.3% K rate, and we know San Diego doesn't strike out a lot. Jake Cronenworth, Profar, Merrill, yes, Jackson Merrill. Soon we're going to be adding him to the betting card. I think he's just getting acclimated, continuing to garner the sample size north of a 46% hard hit. But in this spot, Cincy money line or pass, and again, I'm going to be passing. I wanted so bad to have a play from this one, but can't do it. Luis Gil going up against Corbin Burns, and Corbin Burns is one of the best pitchers in baseball. This is probably an appropriate price. As much as for me, I want to take a stab here on the Yankee side because Luis Gil, it's a pitcher I believe in. Problem is he's a righty, and in Baltimore, you're going to see some lefty power specifically. Look at this entire Baltimore lineup. Gunnar Henderson goes yard on everybody. Ryan O'Hearn batting in the top 3 here. Ryan Mountcastle right on right. Colton Cowser going to be moving up in the lineup constantly because a 52.2% hard hit. He's ridiculous. Cedric Mullins having a resurgent season. Anthony Santander starting to get buried a little bit because, well, these other dudes are going completely ballistic. Heston Kierstead, I'm excited to see him eventually here. He's had all of, 2 batted ball events. That's going to be a young prospect we talk about a lot. And obviously, Holiday. He'll come back one day, but back in AAA for him at the moment. For Luis Gil, though, I think this is probably going to be something where maybe I go towards just, hey, let's just fire up some strikeouts because he's got that kind of a stuff. Baltimore isn't a great strikeout matchup, 20.8% K rate, but I think we've got an opportunity for Luis Gil to just be that dude. 32.4% K rate. A lot of these righties that will be in this lineup, I doubt McCann is. You're going to have, switch hitting Adley Rutschman. It's going to be a lot of lefties in this lineup, and that's kind of the thing that freaks me out. Luis Gil, hit me up on X at Eric Lindquist. I'll let you know if I end up firing it up. I don't even want to talk about this spot. Ryan Feltner goes 8 innings, doesn't get close to the K letter. What is even going on here? But Dakota Hudson on the mound. We have no idea who's going to be on the Miami side. Again, Dakota Hudson is the projected Colorado starter. 13.8% K rate, 363 xWOBA. Somehow that's probably going to be better than what you're looking at for the starter on the Miami side, but this is just a complete pass. Need more information. Obviously need numbers because it's price and probability. Price and probability. Colorado money line. God, they're out of course. Disaster for the lineup, and curveballs curve more. Things look weird. It is what it is. We're just get away from this. BetMGM friends, get yourself up to $1,500 in bonus bets if your first bet loses. Here's how this works, basically. You have DraftKings, you have FanDuel, you have all the big sports books on your phone. Great. BetMGM's a pretty damn big sports book, depending on what state you're in. Great advantageous lines constantly popping over on OddsShopper. You can sign up at the link below, and when you do, you get one bet, friends, up to $1,500 that if it doesn't hit, you get back in bonus bets. So whether that's $20, $50, $75, $349.99. I don't care what it is. You have an opportunity to take a big swing, and if it misses, you get it back in bonus bets. Great opportunity over at BetMGM if you sign up at the link below. Only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Back to the picks we go. 5 games to go. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell as we talk about Shota Imanaga, who's been awesome so far this season. Actually, somebody in the premium Discord was, hey, Eric, do you like Shota Imanaga to win the NL Cy Young? And I thought about it, and I'm like, you haven't seen any summer months yet in Wrigley for a guy with a 43% hard hit and a 19.9 degree average launch angle. Just going to throw it out there. He's going to get hit up eventually. But so far, so good. Had some good weather, pitching well. Like what you're seeing from Shota Imanaga. So far, I would call him better than Yoshi over there in LA. So it is what it is, Yamamoto. But Jose Butto on the other side of this one, 27.8% K rate. I think we can kind of attack him still, even with that K rate. And it freaks me out because think a lot of people who have listened to my programming a lot, I like when guys have high strikeout rates facing guys with low strikeout rates. This is kind of a problem. Michael Busch with a 32.7% K rate, but he is abusing righties right now. 21.4 degree average launch angle, 570 expected slugging, goes up north of 650 against these righties. I'm telling you, this is a great opportunity to buy low on a hitter he had huge pedigree with LA. Dodgers can't keep everybody. Michael Busch, friends, 570 expected slugging on the entire season as it is. Michael Busch to home run. Got another one of those coming up here in a second. Really like that, though. Yeah, we're kind of going down prop lane here at the moment. San Francisco, no projected starter, but can at least talk a little bit about Cutter Crawford here. Again, if you want to know if I end up having a play on the game, well, sign up using promo code DINGER. It's $1 for a week of Odd Shopper if you sign up at the link below. That's 24 hours. It closes at 5:10 Pacific, 8:10 on the East Coast. So that is on Wednesday evening. So just be on the lookout for that. But Cutter Crawford, really good stuff. 26.1% hard hit, 24.6% K rate. You're looking at, against righties on the season, San Francisco, middle of the road in strikeout rate. But I think Cutter Crawford's the kind of guy who, with his pitch mix, with the velocity at the moment, feeling pretty good about backing him, more so than I probably should. In fact, I think the under 2.5 earned runs more than the strikeouts are kind of appealing to me. He's at a 2.81 expected ERA, 1.35 ERA. I'm worried that ERA ends up capping your upside here. Maybe it opens at 1.5. That would be really freaky to me, but I'm going to be paying close attention to his props. That is the overarching message here. We got Washington, we got Texas, we got Trevor Williams, we have Andrew Heaney, and Andrew Heaney been terrible. Trevor Williams, surprisingly decent so far, 280 xWOBA, 347 expected slugging, but 42% hard hit, nearly a 20% K rate. Think negative regression is coming. And Andrew Heaney on the other side, friends, boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is actually the guy I want to be targeting. There aren't a lot of righties that I'm in love with going up against lefties in this Washington lineup. We've talked about Abrams getting a discount, trying to target some of that. Last season, we saw them absolutely obliterate lefties, but so far this season, that has not showed up. 86 WRC plus, 21.4% K rate, but there's one man who can change that. One man to rule them all. Joey Meneses. Look at this. Joey Meneses? Who would have thought Joey Meneses was going to show up in this kind of a category? But friends, 45.9% hard hit is decent stuff. That's 95 plus mile per hour bat speed coming off the ball go bye-bye. It is what it is, but he has 0 home runs on the season. And guess what? I think this is a spot we might actually be betting it based on previous numbers. 94 at-bats, 106 plate appearances, 0 home runs. Can I talk him into his first against Andrew Heaney, who I think is going to give up power to absolutely anybody who's right-handed or left-handed or handed of any kind? Just saying. Joey Meneses, 2+ hits and home run lean. Give me better than plus 600, and it is automatically on the card. I tell you, Joey Meneses, I haven't called the #1 home run for a guy the way I did Nelson Velasquez last season. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it today. Cleveland, Houston, my guy, Josh Naylor, makes me feel so good to get that home run. Again, promo code DINGER, talked about it a million times throughout the show. Don't want to, But anyway, Justin Verlander, friends, he's on the mound here, coming off the Kate Upton hiatus, 19.2% barrel percentage. That's not the droids you're looking for, that's for sure. As for Tristan McKenzie, he's pitching with like a bum elbow. He's had decent hard hit stuff, but a 348 xWOBA, 17.6% K rate, 16.7% walk rate, tons of telltale signs that he's going to get whacked sooner rather than later. So 2 hitters that I really want to point out in these specific lineups. Kyle Tucker, who's always been somebody I back on this program, 21.7 degree average launch angle, 560 expected slugging, going up against any righty. Him and Yordan Alvarez, sweet, but you're getting the discount on Kyle Tucker. Yordan Alvarez, you're always paying the full freight because he's just a freak. As for Cleveland, Josh Naylor, probably going back to the well here against any righty, even guys named Justin Verlander. He's still working himself back into form, has a 474 expected slugging so far. He's always been a fly ball pitcher. Think you want to be looking at 2+ bases, and then also might be looking at the home run combo. That was something I was kind of flirting with a little bit on Tuesday. Ended up just playing the Josh Naylor play. Is what it is, friends. We continue on. Oh, let's get to a lock to round it out. And to round out the program, friends, we've got Yamamoto, yes, Yoshinobu Yamamoto going up against Mr. Zach Allen. And in this specific spot, friends, I don't see a whole hell of a lot of runs coming down the pipeline. Now, Yamamoto, I would say that there are some concerning metrics in certain ballparks, in certain scenarios, but I don't think this is one of them here. The righty, 31.9% K rate, 303 xWOBA so far this season, and taking on an Arizona team that has had to bury Corbin Carroll further down the lineup because of his struggles. And as a matter of fact, that puts a lot of righties up here at the top of this lineup. And they've had one of the worst marks in all of baseball. You have far more sample size going up against righties than you do lefties in baseball. In Arizona, a bottom 5 team in all of baseball, 83 WRC plus. That's 5th worst in baseball against right-handed pitching this season. Just a 20.6% K rate, the 47.2% hard hit. That's going to get you caught in certain spots, but I don't think this is one of them based on the way that this team is constructed. You've got Blaze Alexander going to the top of the lineup, Marte switch hitter, Jock Peterson. He can always do damage against any righty, but I'm feeling better targeting Arizona with right-handed pitching than most. As for Zach Gallen, he's one of my boys. You're my boy blue, but it's been bright blue on my spreadsheet, never a good thing. 52.3% hard hit would be the highest of his career by a pretty considerable margin. One of the worst marks in baseball, but he does just about everything else well. 3.92 expected ERA, 3.38 actual ERA, and then a 3.17 xWOBA. If we can keep those walks in check, again, he had a high walk rate back 2019, 2020. That was always one of my things I was worried about with him on a dynasty team. But as things have progressed last season, career best 5.6% walk rate, 6.8% walk rate here over the course of this season. Feel good about that with the knuckle curve, with the slider changeup combination coming off of the four-seamer that he's throwing more than 50% of the time. I think, friends, we want to be looking at an under. 9.5 is a pretty hefty number at open here. I want to be jamming less on it. I think this is a really great opportunity. The best play on the board entering Wednesday. As of right now, obviously in the premium Discord, I'll be firing up a lot of great stuff. So again, promo code DINGER, DINGER. You sign up for that down at the link below. Get yourself Odd Shopper. Great opportunity. And again, the under 9.5, absolutely love that one. I'm going to get myself out of here right now just to trim a little time for the people. Producer Jacob, thank you so much. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Wednesday.